Sevilla versus Celta Vigo. Martin, what are you fancying?
Been really impressed with Sevilla this season so far. They've always been extremely strong at home, but their away record has let them down. I've backed them both weeks so far to pick up an away win, and they've pulled it off, which is great for their fans. We just mentioned that Valencia are struggling. Could be Sevilla's time to break back into the top four this season. After picking up 2 away wins, you really would fancy them to win at home, even if they are playing a Celta Vigo side that will be full of confidence after beating Valencia last weekend. I still think Sevilla should have just about enough about them. Got some good signings now that Monchi's back as sporting director. So I'm going to go with the classic. Sevilla to win and under 4.5 goals for a bit more value there at odds of 1.95.
1.95. Number one, what
I
you
also
got?
have a pick for that game, but mine is both teams to score. Both teams have been scoring weekly. Celta Vigo against Real Madrid last weekend against Valencia. Sevilla just won last week. Thanks to the pick of Martin, I also win some money. So I'm picking both teams to score at 1.71. I do think that Sevilla is going to win, but Celta Vigo is going to give them some punches.
So there might be, if you wanted to play up on the information there, you could go Sevilla and both teams to score, and that would be a lot higher than the 1.71. But 1.71, it's a massive upgrade from your 1.4s, number one. I'm liking your style here. You calm yourself down.
I'm having some surprise here in my paper.
Yes,
Just
good
wait
man,
and see.
good man. Listen, give me a bit of I need a bit of a warm-up to that sort of behaviour. Okay, let's go on then. Valencia versus Mallorca. Number one, seeing as you're on red hot form, fire away.
Well, you asking for big money? Here it is.
Ooh.
Under 2.5 goals at 2.19,
Woo-hoo.
2.19. Yes, both teams have been scoring no goals. So I'm expecting a hard game, a little bit dull maybe. So I'm going for the under 2.5 at 2.19.
Do you think this could be a 0-0, 1-1?
Well, that will be awesome for me.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
It
But
will.
you wouldn't like think that there'll be no goals. Maybe the under 1.5 as well for like, seeing as you're feeling a bit wild at the moment.
Oh, no, I'm not taking that chance. I'm staying with my under 2.5. That's as enough risk to me for today.
Hey, we love that. Atletico Bilbao, Real Sociedad, Martin.
Yeah, I think Athletic Bilbao will want to build up a strong home record this season. Fascinating team. They can only sign players from the Basque region, so they lost a couple of good players in the past year. Kepa Arrizabalaga and Aymeric Laporte went to Premiership heavyweights. They haven't really been able to replace them, but they did well to keep a few key players in the summer, such as Iñaki Williams. And they did look very good in their opener at home to Barcelona. Beat them 1-0. I know Messi wasn't playing, but it was still a very composed performance. Yeah, so they drew 1-1 away at Getafe in the week, but Getafe are a good team as well nowadays. So I think they've started the season well. This is a bit of a local derby in the Basque region, so local bragging rights are going to be at stake. And I do feel that Athletic Bilbao are the stronger team, and they've got a home advantage. So I'm just going to go for the straight home win in this one, and I've got odds of 2.12.
Yeah, 2.15 was about the best you're going to get. So 2.12 is at the top of the scale. Atletico Bilbao against Real Sociedad, number one.
Like Martin said, it's a local derby. Local derbies are hard. You never know what's going to happen. But these are nemesis. They hate each other. They had different philosophy for football, and Athletic Bilbao had a hard game against Getafe last week. I'm expecting a game with low scoring goals, so under 2.5 at 1.66.
Here we go. He's on his way back down. He'll find a 1.4, no doubt about it, but it's under 2.5, 1.66. What do you do for fun, number one? Because at the moment we've gone under 2.5, under 2.5. You sit there wanting no goals.
Yes, I'm a dull man sometimes.
Lovely. We don't mind that.
I'm a groovy mood this week.
Good man. Good. As long as they winners, we don't mind groovy winners. Okay, let's move on. Osasuna versus champions-elect Barcelona. Barcelona not top at the moment, though. Martin, they get back to winning ways here, surely.
Oh, surely. I mean, their performance actually was very, very impressive in midweek. Betis are a good side. They spent quite a lot of money this season. And, Barcelona just blew them away. Sergio Busquets gives the ball away sometimes, but he absolutely bossed that midfield, controlled it alongside De Jong. And Griezmann looked like a great signing up front. Luis Suarez might be fearing for his place. If Messi's back as well, those two could wreak havoc. And I know Osasuna have made an unbeaten start to the season, but they are among the relegation favourites. Even on the road for Barcelona, I'd say this one should be a bit of a mismatch. They're going to want to build up a bit of momentum, broaden their lead over Real Madrid at the top of the table. So I'm going to go for it again. Paid off last week. Barcelona, minus 1.5 Asian handicap, odds of 1.9. I'd be very disappointed if Barcelona don't win this one by 2 clear goals.
Ooh, your home team, your favourite team?
I agree with Martin. I think it's a good pick on the minus 1.5, right? So you said, Martin?
1.9.
Yeah.
1.9. It is a good pick. It is a good pick. Barcelona are playing great. I'm expecting Messi to play. And Griezmann was fantastic last weekend, and especially that celebration. It was a nice touch at the end.
Okay, let's move on. Villarreal versus Real Madrid. Villarreal 4.1, the draw 4.1. Real Madrid massive at 1.91. Number one.
I'm taking that chance.
Do you want me to finish before I ask if you're taking that chance?
Sorry, I got anxious. I'm
You
really
got excited,
happy.
didn't you?
I'm getting excited with this pick. I couldn't believe it. I couldn't believe it. I had to pick it.
Of course.
I had to pick it. Real Madrid needs to win. They cannot have another game with a bad score. No, they need to win. They're Real Madrid. They're one of the biggest, if not the biggest team in the world. So I'm expecting to win Real Madrid to Villarreal at 1.91.
I honestly, I can't believe how excited number one's getting with that 1.91. Martin, I'm surprised you haven't gone for it as well. What reason are you staying away?
I think Real Madrid look really suspect at the moment. I'm not going to bet on them until I see a bit more consistency from them. I had them to win half-time, full-time against Valladolid at home, and they couldn't pull it off. I feel like Villarreal are a better team than Valladolid, to be honest. These teams drew 4-4 last season. It was a great game. Santi Cazorla was on fire in that one. I do think Real Madrid will win, but I'm just not going to risk any money on them until they get in their groove a bit. A lot of new players for Zinedine Zidane to gel into an effective unit, and haven't quite seen enough of them. But I agree that it's a tempting price. I was looking at both teams to score for this one, but the odds are so low. They're about 1.4 or something, so I stayed away.
Okay, what about Real Betis versus Leganes? Real Betis 1.91, Leganes 4.7, the draw 3.5. 3.45 in a place. Looks a bit suspect to me, Martin. Is a draw on the cards?
I'm going for the home win in this one. I think Real Betis have been unlucky with the start of their season. They played Real Valladolid at home, and they should have won it, but they had a player sent off in the 8th minute. So they had to play with 10 men in their first game of the season. Don't think we can read too much into that. Then they came up against Barcelona, who really had a point to prove after that Bilbao defeat, and they were blown away. But, I mean, they've made some very shrewd signings in the summer. They've got Nabil Fekir pulling the strings in midfield. Joaquin still going strong down the right. I think Real Betis should be good enough for a top half finish this season. And I'm unconvinced by Leganes. They lost to Atletico. They lost to Osasuna. I think at home, this is a game that Betis really should be winning. And odds of 1.93 on the home win, they look good to me.
Okay, well, let's move along to the side that just wins to nil. Atletico Madrid 1.45, draw 4.7, and Eibar gigantic 11.9. How have you got the Madrid win? What combination?
Has to be Atletico Madrid win to nil for me. Came off in the first week. I just backed them for a straight win last weekend because I fancied them to pick up a victory on the road against Leganes, and they did. Could have got more value if I'd gone win to nil, but at home they're so strong defensively. They're just backs to the wall, and they've really got the pace to trouble teams on the counter attack and on the break now with Joao Felix. So there's perfectly set up for them to sit back, soak up pressure, be efficient in front of goal. I know that Eibar are good going forwards. They've had 2 good campaigns with a lot of goals, but they were held to a stalemate by Osasuna last time out. I'm not really expecting them to trouble Jan Oblak's goal unduly. So I'm just going to stick with Atletico to win to 0 until it lets me down. Hasn't done it so far. 1.95 I've got on that.
Cheers, Martin. Will you just, I want to go to number one now and get his rundown. And if you can pick a best bet, it doesn't have to be a banker. Don't want you getting like all flustered and getting a bit nervy of having 2 units on. But who are your bets, number one?
My bets are Sevilla versus Celta de Vigo, both teams to score at 1.71. Athletic de Bilbao versus Sociedad under 2.5 at 1.66. Valencia versus Mallorca under 2.5 at 2.19. And my best pick, I think it is Villarreal versus Real to win at 1.91. I also really like the pick Martin just said, Atletico to win with no goals. It's a pretty good one. I really like it.
Yeah, 1-0. It does seem
they
to
have
be
a really tough defense.
Oh yeah. Probably the best in Europe of them and Juventus. Martin, give us a rundown, please, mate.
Yes, I'm going to go for Sevilla and the under 4.5 goals against Celta Vigo, odds of 1.95. Athletic Bilbao to win that tense local derby against Real Sociedad at 2.12. Barcelona with a minus 1.5 Asian handicap at Osasuna at odds of 1.9. Real Betis to beat Leganes at home, 1.93. And Atletico to win to 0 at 1.95 versus Eibar.
Cheers, Martin. Thank you, number one.
Thank you, Flash.
Good luck with them.
Good luck
There'll be
you too,
sleepless nights in the number one household
I
there.
will not
I'm
let you
sure.
sleep. I will let you know as soon as these games are done.
You won't need to let me know. I'll be watching for you. I'll be creaking.
Excellent.
Don't you worry about that. So that's La Liga wrapped up.